I'd also like to very quickly get your thoughts on the TPP. I know that you've got a website about trade treachery. Do I have that right?
TradeTreachery.com, yes. And I'm happy to tell you that 9-minute video that we created to try to explain to people exactly what the TPP and what Fast Track are all about has been remarkably successful in doing so. People hear about these abstract terms, these acronyms. They're actually conscious efforts to obfuscate. They're Orwellian. When you hear the letters TPP, that doesn't connote anything to you, as opposed to some of the jargon that's used by the right wing, for instance, the pro-life term.
Right.
So we have jargon that's used to try to deceive, and we have jargon that's used to try to obfuscate. Well, trade is one of those issues that's full of obfuscation. The basic fact is that thanks to our failed trade policies of the past 20 years, we now owe foreigners $11 trillion. That's approaching $40,000 for every man, woman, and child in this country. I'd venture to say that if most of your audience had, let's say a Chinese leader or a Singaporean leader or a Saudi leader, just walk up to them in the street one day and say, I'd like my $40,000 back, and I'd like it right now, I think that most of your audience would utterly freak out.
Yeah.
But that's the situation that we're already in. We're already at that point where we owe $11 trillion, not to ourselves, not where the poor owe it to the rich or Americans owe it to other Americans, but actually a situation where Americans owe to foreigners.
Right, and this is not the federal
debt.
Yeah, this is this is not the federal debt. This is our trade deficit.
Right. If we had the political courage, we could take care of the federal debt the way that we did during the Clinton administration and simply tax people to help to pay that off. By the end of the Clinton administration, we were only 7 years away from eliminating the federal debt entirely until we elected new leadership that put us further behind in that regard. But that's not this. This is fundamentally different from that. In order to pay off this debt, you'd literally have to indenture yourself to foreign governments, foreign sovereign wealth funds, foreign individuals and foreign consumers, and literally hand over to them $11 trillion of U.S. goods and services or $11 trillion of U.S. property. And think about it this way. The whole country is worth roughly $50 or $60 trillion, depending upon how you calculate it. That's the value of every building in the country, every car in the country, every stock, every bond, every mutual fund account, every 401k. Add it all together, it's $50 or $60 trillion. And we owe $11 trillion of that to foreigners already. That's where we are. And that's why the trade treachery video that we put together at TradeTreachery.com was so powerful, just laying out the facts for people in a systematic way. 1 million people have seen that video on Facebook alone.
That's great.
And the number grows every day.
That's
and
great.
The question, I guess, is what does that mean for current policy? Well, one thing it means is that we shouldn't make a bad situation worse. If Congress goes ahead and actually enacts the Trans-Pacific Partnership, there's a nice Orwellian term, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Well, don't we all like to be partners? Yes, that sounds nice. But the fact is that it greases the skids on the road to hell.
Yeah,
that's what it does.
I've renamed it. You know, the NAFTA is North American Free Trade, CAFTA is the Central American Free Trade. I think this is the Southern Hemisphere Asian Free Trade, SHAFTA, SHAFTA.
Yes, and we get the shaft.
Yeah,
that's exactly
there you go.
Right.
There you go. To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.